What's going on, YouTube? This Baker Man coming at you today with a little bit of something that's kind of been on my mind, and I wanted to point out some differences as to what seems to be the thought process or the normal on the Facebook pages and in the community as a whole. So it's a common theme that we all love bass, and you know, whatever you drive, as long as you got bass, we're good. I'm with that. It's the love of the sport, if that's what you want to call it, the activity, whatever you want to call it. As long as you got bass, we're cool. We connect on that same level. It's kind of like motorcycle guys, you know. They have the motorcycle wave, and Jeep guys do too, because it doesn't matter what else you have going on in your life. If you connect on that level, then there's that amount of respect. Doesn't matter if you drive a Honda, a crotch rocket, a bagger, a touring bike. It don't matter. You know, if you pass a motorcycle on the road, common knowledge is the biker wave. And that is solely on the fact that you are on two wheels and that's all you connect over. And bass heads have that same outlook. So a lot of us say that, you know, it doesn't matter if you've got two Sony Explodes in the trunk or if you've got $5,000 worth of equipment in the back. We still connect on that same level. We're bass heads. However, there are people out there that love to just shit on somebody else's stuff just because it's not a certain name brand, or it doesn't cost as much, or because, like in my last video, the whole people who completely throw away an entire brand just because they had a bad experience or they're inexperienced, but they'll say, oh, well, you've got brand X, you don't know what you're doing, and they completely just crap on them. That's not what I'm talking about. What really gets me is, as an installer, as a custom fabricator, I feel the need to educate people. Whenever your shit is unsafe or highly inefficient, I'm going to let you know. My stuff isn't the best. My stuff is budget. My stuff is cheap. I've had the expensive stuff. I've had the $700-800 subs in the back. I've had all that. Budget is great as long as it's efficient. So there was a guy that posted up a picture. He had 5 subs, and I don't know what the name brand was, but they looked like some cheap Walmart subs. Great, cool. However, he had 3 of them in a triple driver sealed box, so it could hold 3 subs. Then he had 2 of them sitting on top of the 3 box, and the other 2 were in single sealed boxes, so each box only held 1. And the 2 boxes were together about the same size as the box that held 3. This means at the end of the day, you've got 2 subs that are probably getting, after net displacement, twice as much air volume as the 3 under them. Also, he had what appeared to be at least 2 different amplifiers that were not the same. They were both monoblock because they only had 1 output. So which amps were driving which speakers, I'm not sure, but they were not the same amps. So that's on a completely different level. Then he also had a capacitor, not a super cap. We're talking about a glorified voltmeter that looks like a huge battery and does absolutely nothing for your system. When I see this, it's screams highly inefficient. For the money this guy put in for those prefab boxes and that capacitor and the 2 amplifiers, he could have put that money in a custom made box. Doesn't even have to be like super fancy, because I mean, after all, they look like maybe 200 watt RMS subs. He could have built it out of 1/2-inch ply, save some money. But anyway, he could have taken that money and built a solid enclosure for all 5 and a proper amp, even if it is underpowered, and make it work, and it would have, I guarantee it, I would guarantee my paycheck, it would sound a lot better in the end. So all I put up on a comment was describing it. You've got 5 subs, 3 in one box, 2 in singles, at least 2 different amps, and a cheap Farad capacitor. That's all I said. Then somebody decides to come up and absolutely drive me in the dirt for quote unquote shitting on this guy's build. Now mind you, I didn't say anything negative, and I feel like if I call something cheap and you take that as a negative connotation, that's your problem, not mine. I mean, my subs, the Scar subs I've got in my Jeep are cheap. They were $40 a piece, but it beats, and everybody is seriously surprised, and that's because of the efficiency of the tuning of the box and the amps and everything else. So cheap is not bad, but if you take cheap as a negative connotation, and that's just you lumping in everything, and you're the problem on that, not me. But for some reason, this guy took my comment as negative and me crapping on this guy's system and wanted to say that, you know, I don't deserve to be in car audio, etc. Guys, if somebody's trying to offer help, don't take it as a negative thing. All I want to do is help somebody out, explain to them why their stuff may not be what it needs to be. And third parties, that's also a biggest killer, is the warriors that try to jump in and protect you when you don't need it, you know. Nobody asked these guys to jump in and protect him, and of course they have to say their piece, but that's a whole nother topic. So anyways, hope you guys take this with a grain of salt. This is just me talking to myself again. Like I said, I figured I might as well put it out there for the world to see. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. Peace out.